In this video, we will cover the process of setting up a vehicle, its steering profile, and a full calibration through SteerCommand Z2. Understanding how to accurately create a vehicle steering profile and navigate through the calibration process will ensure successful auto steering performance. First, we must create a vehicle. This can be done one of three ways: creating an operating configuration in any of the home screen operation apps, creating a vehicle in the vehicle setup screen, creating a new vehicle before entering the SteerCommand settings. We will be using this method to create the vehicle. To access the SteerCommand settings, tap Setup, then tap GPS Guidance Setup. Verify that SteerCommand Z2 Steady Steer is selected from the steering drop-down menu, then tap the wrench. Next, tap the green plus to enter the vehicle wizard. Select your vehicle type, then specify your vehicle make and model from the drop-down menu. For this example, our vehicle is a Case IH 6130 combine. Tap the next arrow. While the display will generate offsets by default, it is best practice to measure each of the offsets. Enter the distance from the rear axle to the header attachment point. Tap the next arrow. Verify the name of the vehicle as desired. Edit as needed. Tap the green checkbox. We are now ready to start the vehicle calibration. Make sure you are in a large outdoor area free of obstacles to complete the calibration. Tap Full Calibration to begin. Select the auto steer control method for your vehicle. The control methods will vary depending on the vehicle make and model. For this example, our vehicle is a steer-ready Case IH 6130 combine, and it is an AccuGuide ready vehicle. Tap the green check. We are presented again with the antenna offset. These will be the same as what we previously entered. If dual track is present, tap the checkbox. This will automatically enter a 27-inch offset to the left for the master receiver. SteerCommand assumes the entire dual track assembly is centered on the cab of the machine. If it is not, account for the additional left or right offsets. Tap the next arrow. Enter the wheelbase measurement. Tap the next arrow. Next, enter the steering control module offsets. Measure to the center of the steering control module for all offsets. Tap the next arrow. As you proceed through the entire calibration, you will discover icons and animations to inform you of what to expect during that specific calibration. There are also instructions and explanations with each step of the calibration process. Tap the next arrow. The first calibration is for the steering kickout. This will determine what manual override sensor is being used. In the first step, center the steering system, then tap Step Complete. Next, rotate the steering wheel 1/2 turn to the left, tap Step Complete. Rotate the steering wheel 1/2 turn to the right, tap Step Complete. The sensor type should now be detected and displayed. Verify it is correct per your specific installation. Tap the next arrow. We must now set the manual steering threshold to the point at which auto steer disengages. First, turn the steering wheel with the same aggressiveness you would typically use to disengage auto steer. A blue bar will increase in the threshold box, and a high point will be recorded. Next, drag the slider somewhere just below the high point. This threshold reading will now be the point when auto steer is disengaged by manually turning the steering wheel. Plus and minus buttons may be used to make small incremental adjustments. You can test this threshold by turning the steering wheel again. If the kickout reading surpasses the set point, you will hear an audible alarm. This alarm indicates steering will be disengaged. This step may be repeated as needed to meet the operator's preference. The sensitivity slider will be present for all pressure style sensors. It may be adjusted if an operator ever experiences erratic kickout values or false kickouts while auto steering. Tap the next arrow. The next step will be the wheel angle sensor calibration. Begin by driving the vehicle in a straight line. Be sure to keep the vehicle in the specified speed range. Tap the next arrow. The vehicle will begin to calibrate for the center point of the angle sensor. Next, the vehicle will begin an automated turn sequence. While still moving forward, tap the next arrow to begin. The vehicle will make a full right turn, then a full left turn. It is now calibrating the outside points of the angle sensor. If the automated turn sequence is unintentionally disengaged repeatedly by the kickout sensor, that means the kickout set point is likely too sensitive. To adjust, pause the calibration, tap Adjust Kickout. Upon completion of the wheel angle calibration, you will be automatically advanced into the valve calibration. This calibration will be the longest and require the most space to complete. If in any steps the vehicle begins to steer near any obstacles, the pause button may be used, and the vehicle repositioned. Then tap Resume to continue the calibration. This step of the calibration may also be completed in forward or reverse. After the valve calibration, there will be another wheel angle calibration that is like the first. It will make another left and right turn. It is calibrating additional left and right wheel angle sensor points. Finally, the last calibration is for the steering control module orientation. You will want to position the vehicle on flat level ground. Put the vehicle in park, then tap the next arrow to start calibrating. Next, turn the vehicle around and position it in the same location. Put the vehicle in park, then tap the next arrow to start calibrating. For the last two steps, the vehicle will perform an automated turn sequence as it determines the orientation of the steering control module. Drive forward within the specified speed range. Then tap the next arrow to start calibrating. The calibration has now been completed successfully. From the SteerCommand Settings window, tap Manage Profiles. In the Steering Profiles window, you will now find all of the information pertaining to the profile we just built. The active profile is indicated by the blue chevron, as noted next to our Case IH 6130. You are now able to successfully complete the vehicle setup and profile calibration for a SteerCommand Z2 system. For more information on setup and settings for the In-Command Go display, use this QR code to access the operator's manual. If you'd like to see more short tutorials from Ag Leader, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.